What up, fellow Mortal Kombat fans? Welcome into today's video. I want to bring you my honest thoughts on the MK Legacy Collection. You're looking at the PlayStation 4 waiting screen. We have 1 day, 23 hours, 8 minutes, and 15 seconds as of recording of this video. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for coming to check out today's video. I'm going to be honest, give you all my thoughts on the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and I want to talk about the actual overall state of Mortal Kombat in general and how MK Legacy Collection actually ties into it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, my friends. So let's jump right into it. First things first, I think that this game is actually releasing at the absolute perfect time. There's been many years that fans like myself and many others have always wanted a Legacy Collection game with all these classics in it. But at any other time in history, it would have been going up against the current mainline MK game. We are literally coming off the heels of the current MK game, with rumors abounding that the next mainline NRS game will possibly be Injustice 3. Those are unconfirmed rumors, but, you know, again, unconfirmed rumors, but there's a lot of speculation that Injustice 3 is going to be the next game. If it is, we're not going to get another Mortal Kombat game as a mainline game for a long time. I would have guessed so. So when fans are going to sit there and go, I want my MK fix, we have MK Legacy Collection here releasing in literally less than 48 hours, and this game is not going to have any mainline Mortal Kombat competition. And for the first time, I think modern players, if they want to get their Mortal Kombat fix, we've already beaten Mortal Kombat 1 into the earth, and we're going to know in the next 48 hours, actually I think we'll know in the morning if we're going to get any more updates as far as a balance patch. Some players, including myself, were hoping for one final post-Final Combat balance patch to MK1. I don't know if we're going to get that, and if not, then the game is completely wrapped. And Mortal Kombat fans, if they're hungry for more Mortal Kombat, the Legacy Collection is going to be there to fill that void. I remember at EVO clearly seeing one of the great Scorpion players of Mortal Kombat 1, MK Javier. Very nice, credit. It was great to meet MK Javier. I got to see him compete in Mortal Kombat 1 and then come over to the MK Legacy Collection booth, and I got a chance to see him pick up Scorpion and play Scorpion in the Legacy Collection. I am hoping that some of these modern NRS players will finally come over and experience the original Mortal Kombats and get a chance to bring the legacy that they've brought on the current games back to the classics, because we're not going to have any Mortal Kombat game mainline for this to go up against. I think that this game in particular, if it had been released at any other point in time in history, it would have been up against Mortal Kombat 9 like Arcade Collection was. Mortal Kombat X, you wouldn't want to put a collection against that. Mortal Kombat 11 was doing great. Mortal Kombat 1, you wouldn't want to put this out against it. For the first time in history, since the original run of the arcade games are going to be forced and pushed to the forefront of the Mortal Kombat world. And it's at a time where I think fans are hungry for these characters. They're hungry for classic Scorpion, Hanzo Hasashi. They're hungry for classic Cyrax, classic Sector, the characters that they love, that they grew up with. If you enjoyed playing with Hanzo Hasashi and you grew up with the character, you pick up Mortal Kombat 1, guess what? He ain't there. If you grew up with classic Cyrax and Sector and you pick up Mortal Kombat 1, guess what? They're not the same characters. That's a story for a different video. But what I'm getting at is fans that were hungry for the nostalgia, it's here. It's almost here. And I want to take you to another part of the video here. Let's go ahead and jump over to the classic Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection. And I'm on this side of the screen now because we are looking at Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection on the PlayStation 3. We haven't even loaded into the game yet. And this is the classic screen. You can hear the very thematic music here. I'll never forget when this game was released. It was released right around Mortal Kombat 9's release. So we had arguably one of the greatest Mortal Kombat games of the modern era out there, absorbing players left and right from Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection. And I always felt back then that this game didn't get a fair shake. This game was not perfect, but I felt this game didn't get a fair shake because it was going up against Mortal Kombat 9. I remember being younger And when this game was out and having to make the decision, like, okay, I just got home from work, what Mortal Kombat am I going to play tonight? Am I going to play Mortal Kombat 9 or am I going to play Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection? With Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, players are not going to be forced to make the decision of, am I going to play Mortal Kombat 1 tonight or am I going to play Mortal Kombat Arcade or Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection? Because MK1 is a wrap. It's in the record books. And I don't think we're getting another balance patch to MK1 personally. I hope I'm wrong. But the big decision now for players is going to be, do I want to play MK1 Arcade, MK2 Arcade, MK3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mortal Kombat 4? Do I want to play Sega Genesis MK Online or Super Nintendo MK? Do I want to try 32X? Maybe do you want to polish up your skills on Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero or check out Special Forces? So much that you can do in the game, and instead of going up against competition like this game had with MK9, Legacy Collection is going to be standing on its own legs. For players, the only decision that they're going to have is what game on the Legacy Collection they want to play, which is going to be absolutely massive. And I've been thinking about this for the longest time, and I've wanted to make a video about it because I really wanted this game to succeed when I was younger. And I remember not seeing as many players on as I expected. And I remember every time I'd go online on MK9, I'd ask people, do you have Arcade Collection? They'd say, yeah, but I'm over here for the moment. And it was because, yeah, you had to make a choice at that time. Which Mortal Kombat were you going to play? Well, thankfully with the Legacy Collection, I think the big choice is going to come down to what game are we going to play on the Legacy Collection. And I think that's going to keep players involved on that game a lot. But let's go ahead and jump into the next part of the video, shall we? Let's all say goodbye to Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection one more time, because this is probably the last time we will see it before Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is released. Now, my honest thoughts about where we're at with Mortal Kombat right now as a whole, and how the Legacy Collection actually ties into it in a very positive way. Coming off the heels of Mortal Kombat 1, and I'll keep this very short, I love this game. I think it's one of the most creative fighting engines they've ever put into a Mortal Kombat game. However, this I don't think resonated with many fans the way they had hoped. And there was a lot of things that just turned players off. They didn't like that there was a cameo system and you had to pick like a second tag-like character. There was numerous things. Invasions wasn't well. There was microtransactions in here, and community morale just feels right now overall kind of down. And it reminds me very vividly of the MK versus DC days, where the morale was just like, yeah, I mean, we're having fun with this game, but the morale was down. Fans wanted their classic MK. They didn't want the classic. They didn't want MK with superheroes and nerfed fatalities and all this. They wanted classic MK with the blood, the guts, the gore, and their classic Hanzo Hasashi Scorpion, the classic Cyrax, classic Sector. And you know, Mortal Kombat 1, Hanzo Hasashi, he's not Scorpion. Kuai Liang, Sub-Zero, old Sub-Zero is Scorpion. A lot of changes in this game. And I think fans right now are very hungry, just like they were in MK vs. DC days, for the classic characters, for the classic blood, guts, gore, just, you know, the stuff that made Mortal Kombat Mortal Kombat. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because it reminds me so much of the MK vs. DC days. And when we heard MK9 was coming out, that game was a massive success. One, because it was an amazing game, but also because fans were starving for a really good Mortal Kombat. And with the Legacy Collection coming soon, oh my goodness. What an absolute gem of a treasure of a collection. So much content to get into. I think that game is going to have a big part in restoring some of the legacy, pun intended, to the MK Legacy, or to the Mortal Kombat franchise as a whole. I think fans are going to be having so much fun on the Legacy Collection that I think, a little prediction, I think on day one and in the first week it'll begin to blow away this game's numbers on Twitch. I predict that Legacy Collection will quickly overtake Mortal Kombat 1 in Twitch numbers, and will keep it that way. And I think the Legacy Collection is going to bring back some of the hype into the, into the Mortal Kombat stratosphere. I think we're going to start seeing some new players come in. Hoping to see some of those, MK1 players that have really kind of reached their, limit with this game. Like, I've played this since it launched, we've gotten everything we can get out of the game. So, just want to touch on this real quick, give you my honest thoughts on where we're at in the MK community as a whole. I feel like coming off the heels of this game, like I said, even though I loved it, it's one of my favorites, I don't think it resonated with fans exactly the way they'd hoped for. And I'm hoping that the MK Legacy Collection scratches that itch that a lot of MK players have. A long time ago, the MK community was at a low point with MK versus DC, and MK9 came along and saved the franchise and brought back that hype and brought back a lot of players into the fold that just saw a game that was so much fun, that so many players were having so much fun with, that they could not miss out and they had to be a part of it. I was there for MK9 in the resurgence of Mortal Kombat. It was something special to be a part of. It really truly was. And now with the MK Legacy Collection quickly approaching, I think this is going to be just that exact same thing. That brings in a level of hype and excitement back into the Mortal Kombat world that's going to bring the MK franchise to that next tier that it needs to be. As I said at the start of this video, we could have got this game at any point in history, but we got it at the absolute perfect time, where this game is not going to be competing against any other Mortal Kombat mainline games. For a very short time, however long that time lasts, this is going to be our Mortal Kombat game to play. Mortal Kombat 1 is out. It's done. Ironic, as of filming this video, we'll know in the next 12 hours if we have another balance patch to Mortal Kombat 1 or if it's done, and I'm pretty sure it's done. So this is our Mortal Kombat game. I look forward to playing with y'all. Thank you for checking out today's video. I'm getting absolute goosebumps talking about this. Forgive me. I'm so freaking excited. This is it's really gonna happen. We're really gonna get one more run with these classic arcade games and in the modern era. And there's a lot of players that were very young when these games came out. They might have not gotten the chance to be competitive. And now, in 2025, players like myself, who were very young back then, are going to get a chance to finally play these and get a chance to be as good as they wanted to be back in the day. Much love, my friends. I'm going to wrap up the video there. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to keep up with the channel, otherwise you might not find us again. Thank you for being here. Much love. Y'all take care. Stay safe. I will see you online very soon for the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, releasing to a sea of bloodthirsty fans in less than 48 hours. Much love, friendos. Headlocked head now for now. I'm just an old arcade head, locked in for life. Appreciate you, legends. I'll see you on the next MK video. Much love. Peace.